Your live Doppler 18 forecast with meteorologist Chad Evans. Weather from where you live.
Live Doppler 18 is clear, and the Atlantic Ocean during this hurricane season of 09 has been pretty clear as well. All the hurricanes this summer have been out in the Pacific due to El Nino, which is really starting to increase now, and that is unusually warm water in the eastern and central Pacific, and that's where all the hurricanes have been this summer. They're feeding on this very warm water, but also El Nino, with all its warm water, tends to strengthen the southern branch of the jet, i.e. the subtropical jet. And what that does is that moves off the Atlantic seaboard. It causes a lot of wind shear. Winds aloft in this southern jet are very strong. So any hurricane that tries to form in the Atlantic is basically ripped apart. So again, very typical El Nino year. You've got all your hurricanes in the Pacific, very few in the Atlantic. And what that does for us during the winter months normally brings us a very mild winter, sometimes with some record warm temperatures. It tends to be a little drier than normal, whereas the southern U.S. is wet with a lot of rain and a lot of severe weather. And occasionally during El Nino winters, you'll get an unusual outbreak of thunderstorms up into our area. So that bears watching. The bottom line is that's the trend for this winter due to the El Nino event, which is developing. And today, all the storms have been to our south because we had big storms northern Illinois, Iowa, southern Michigan yesterday. The outflow from those storms has moved well off to the south, and that's acting as a catalyst for these storms this afternoon and evening. And throughout the evening hours, these lines of storms will be severe. We will not have to worry about severe weather. But again, the cold front is up here. You notice a few storms on the cold front. As that approaches overnight, a few scattered thunderstorms will be possible. But again, the better severe threat with all these lines of storms will stay south of us this evening and tonight. And the cold front will pass through with a few storms tonight into tomorrow morning, and there could even be a lingering thunderstorm that pops, notice tomorrow afternoon, south of Lafayette, down in our southern counties as the front slowly sinks southward. Cooler, less humid air will start to filter in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and that sets the stage for a comfortable night tomorrow night and a couple of comfortable days before another heat wave heads our way by later in the week. So mostly cloudy, a few scattered thunderstorms tonight as that cold front moves through. Nothing severe. We'll drop to 68. Tomorrow gradually becoming less humid, partly cloudy skies, a few thunderstorms down in the south as the cold front continues to push out of our viewing area with winds pretty brisk out of the north and the northwest. A nice Wednesday, especially during the nights, lows around 60 degrees. But look what happens later in the week. We're talking 4 consecutive days, 90 or above once again as that big ridge of high pressure re-expands and the heat does return. And it looks like that heat wave may finally start to end by next Tuesday, but it looks very, very similar to what we had this past weekend with those temperatures well into the 90s, heat indices near 100. So finally, a very typical summertime month, because I know a lot of people have been talking about how we haven't had a lot of attendance at the pools, and it looks like, you know, right before school starts here, finally able to get out and enjoy the heat.
Yeah, I'm sure the kids are going to love that. Go back to school right when the weather